almost say have a title. I did the whole message and I ain't even write a title. But in order for what's inside you to grow, three conditions must be met. Philippians 2:13. For it is not your strength, but it as God who is effectively at work in you, both to will and to work. That is, strengthening, energizing, and creating in you the longing and the ability to fulfill your purpose for His good pleasure. So, I don't know if you remember like biology class, and we look at seeds, and what I'm saying, there's a few things that seeds need in order to grow. So seeds wait to germinate until three needs are met: water, correct temperature is warmth, and a good location, such as in soil. So we look at water, right? You need the proper water. Matthew 5:6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they shall be satisfied. Number 2, correct temperature or warmth. 1 Peter 4:12. Think it not strange of the fiery trials that come to try you, as though some strange thing were happening to you. Number 3, it says a good location. Philippians 1:6. And I am certain that God, who began the good work in you, will continue His work until it's finished on the day of when Christ Jesus returns. So, to be successful, farmers, to be successful, one must know that to be a successful farmer, one must know the nature of the soil. This is Xenophon, the great historian, written about around like 400 BC. Most seeds germinate best under dark conditions. Dark conditions. So you ever be going through something in life and it just feels like nothing is going right for you, or it's just like, why is all this happening right now? You know what I'm saying? Like, this is happening, that's happening, it's a dark condition. So, and this is from psu.edu, the seed and seedlings biology. So seeds generally wake up and germinate when the soil, moisture, and temperature conditions are correct for them to grow. That's Miles and Brown, 2007. So God knows the right circumstances and situations and people to bring around you to wake up those seeds, the seeds that God is trying to produce. So there's different temperatures for seeds to grow. All right. Anything above or below this temperature, the certain temperatures, can damage seeds or make them go into dormancy. That means dormancy means like sleep or not moving. So when I say that, I'm saying the too much temperature site. So like if you're not, crucifying the flesh daily, connecting with God on a daily basis, then when people come to bother you, or, or they hate on you, or whatever the case may be, or things or situations and circumstances happen, the temperature is too high. So we look at, the temperature may be too low, and that comes the point when there's like shame, guilt, and we just feel like, what, God can't use me, or, like all this stuff is happening, like, I don't know what I'm gonna do. So you look at depression and stress and all of that stuff. So that's to be the conditions too low. But it says at optimal temperatures, germination is rapid and uniform. So when we connect with God, it becomes the right temperature, for those seeds to grow, And it says seeds respire just like any other living organism. They need oxygen and produce carbon dioxide, CO2. This CO2 needs to be able to move away from the seed. So what is the CO2? The CO2 is, the cares of the world, stress and, the frustration and not understanding and not being able to vent properly. That's the CO2, trying to understand. And, we're frustrating ourselves or listening to the wrong people and things like that. So it says, if the soil or media is not well aerated due to overwatering or compaction, the the CO2 will not dissipate and the seeds can suffocate. So you're like, well, what seeds are God trying to produce through me? Now, it says fruits are typically derived from the ovaries of flowers and contain seeds. Galatians 5:22. But the fruits of the Spirit is love, joy, peace, long suffering. Long suffering. That's one of them fruits of the Spirit we don't really want to deal with. Long suffering. Man, I've been dealing with this for a long time, God. Like, when is this going to change? Like, that person left my life and I feel devastated. Like, when am I going to get over that? You know what I'm saying? Long suffering, kindness, goodness, faithfulness. Verse 22, gentleness and self-control. So out of all of that, God is trying to produce these seeds with all those conditions when those conditions are met. Because if you connect with God daily, then it will be the right temperature. That's why God said, I'll never put more in you than you can bear. That's why God said, lean out to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your path. You know what I'm saying? All things work together for good for those who are called according to his purpose. What the enemy meant for evil, God will turn for good. You can do all things through Christ that strengthens you. I was telling somebody, it's not the hand you're dealt, it's how you play the hand. But, sometimes we try to play the hand without God. And yeah, God still says, you know what? I'm still never going to put more in you than you can bear. You know what I'm saying? But imagine waking up and connecting to God, because everything that happens that doesn't feel so good is designed to bring us closer to God so that those fruits of the spirits can produce, because those seeds are in each and every one of us. And that's what God is trying to get out. Those seeds. Trust me, I've been through life. We've all been through life. But it's because I allow God to use me, and this helps people. I asked God one day, I said, God, look at all these people in this world, man. All this happening, all this negativity and this shooting and stuff over here, and all this people hating on people like this, and people acting like this. Sometimes people in the church acting funny, you know what I'm saying? And people doing this, and sometimes some family members, and whatever the case may be. I said, God, what you gonna do about it? And he said, what you gonna do about it? And I paused. And I thought about it, and I said, you know what? I could either add to the negativity, become better, or I could become better and create a positive atmosphere for people to come and people to lift up and encourage people, and there are people that walk away, don't want to be bothered. To God be the glory. It says that in the Bible. Believers' instructions before leaving earth. Yeah, it says that. It says that's how some people going to be, but it's all good. Because you know what? All it is just moving those people out the way for people that want to see the realness. And it's not saying that they're bad people. But you know what? 1 Corinthians 15 and 33. Do not be misled. Bad company corrupts good character or good morals. You know what I'm saying? And listen, sometimes there's more than one Judas. But see, the problem was, if Judas would have repented, he would have never hung himself. But he chose. So even if you have a Judas or Judases in your life, still pray for them, because with the right temperature, 3 conditions are met. What? Water, the correct temperature, and a good location. And you are a good location, but you need proper connection. There's water and the correct temperature. And when all those are met, those seeds will produce. That's what God's trying to produce in you. That's why I said, don't worry about it. John 15 and John 13 and 7, Jesus replied, you do not understand now, but later on you will. God, trusting in God is also trusting his timing as well. And God will always reveal his plan, like God will tell you. But you know what faith is? Faith is giving you enough to get you to where you need to be, to the next destination. And that's it. It's almost like a clue. And then God will give you some more. And then he'll give you some more. So I just want to say that's what God is doing in this season. Is he's trying to produce all those fruits, because those seeds are in you. And some of these seeds are in dormant stage. You're just sleeping. But I'm telling you, if you allow God to use you, right in your capacity, allow God to use you, it will produce the harvest. Love y'all. God bless.